Coulee Region Sports Network, Rick Franke with the head coach of the Coulee Region Chill, John Hamre. Coach, obviously busy times for the Chill right now. The roster was revealed early last week, down to 25 guys. Obviously you had one final main camp, about 100 participants, nearly 100, and you whittled it down to 25. Your thoughts about the strengths of this group that are going to be competing their first game on September 12th at the Showcase?
Well, in July we had our main camp and tried to identify competitive kids and character kids and kids that could represent the team and the community both on the ice and off with pride. And so we felt like coming out of that camp we had a group that had some speed, had some toughness, had some grit, and had some hockey skills, and we're excited to get started here in a week.
How do you feel the balance between vets and young players? I think you have a player as young as a 95 on the squad. In fact, a pretty talented young kid from Illinois, and I think his name is Jake Coppola. How do you feel the balance is there?
Real nice balance. To be determined how the team comes together, but that's the art of any season, is bringing a true team together. We have some older experienced players. We have some younger players that are fine young players looking to play and gain that experience. And so it's a blend, having the right kids in each role. Jake Coppola is the name of the player you referred to, and as of right now, the youngest, I believe, young man on our roster. So we're real excited about the blend and looking forward to seeing how they come together as a team, as a true team, one making another better.
A change, again, the Chill back in the Central Division, which they're familiar with when they were playing as the North Iowa Outlaws, as well as the first year here in Alaska. Obviously, the schedule weighted pretty heavy besides the Showcase, with 4 games with teams outside of the division, and then 8 games against Janesville. It's been kind of the interstate rivalry. 12 games against Austin, 12 games against Aberdeen, going to be busy against Brookings. Your thought, how much time do you spend preparing for those teams that you play so much?
Well, certainly in leagues with division play, you become familiar with your opponents. And really, the important thing is how you prepare your own team for yourselves. You don't want a team that goes into a game and watching, here's what the pre-scout report says they should be doing that, and hey, wait a second, they're not doing what we thought. We want to make sure we're prepared to play our game, that our players are confident and practicing and getting better at the skills that we're working on in our team systems. And by default of being a divisional play kind of league, you end up becoming very familiar with your division opponents and rivals, and that's a good thing. We're more focused on how are we going to play, are we prepared, are we working on the things that we need to work on and get better at, and certainly if you take care of your own business, usually the rest of the things work out fine. It's when you start worrying outside of what you should be that you get in a little trouble. So our focus will be, hey, let's just take care of ourselves getting better, ourselves getting stronger, ourselves being a good team collectively together, and let the season be the enjoyable and competitive process from there.
Speaking of working on those things, obviously you got 2 short weeks to get ready for the Showcase. Then the schedule will give you another 2-week break. How do you feel about that break? Is that a good thing for the guys to take what you learned at the Showcase of where you're at and be able to build on that, or is that too much time?
Sure, you could have my spot in this interview. You got all the answers. It's perfect. Absolutely, it's first of all, it is what it is, and so it's a great thing because that's the schedule we're dealt. It'll be a nice break after 4 games in 4 days in the Showcase. And it's a good time to reflect on where are we at, and then where do we want to head going into the season. It'll be a chance to get some real good quality practice repetitions in, and just keep building that process in that stage of the season. So everything you said, spot on.
Coach, if you could have 4 particular words to describe what you would like out of a Coulee Region Chill player in this 2012-13 season and for the future, what words would you choose?
Wow, good question. Great question. Character, really outstanding personality, character, being a great teammate as a character person, strong character, competitive, highly competitive in the game, in the sport, in wanting to be the best player that the player can be, and helping a teammate be the best player that teammate can be. So real competitive, highly conditioned. Obviously, to play a long season in this kind of a schedule and to become the best player you can be, you have to be a highly conditioned athlete. And I'd say a selfless teammate, really in it for the teammate and the relationships with their teammates and friends around them. How do you make your team better? How do you make your teammates better? A selfless player. Those would, I guess, be the 4 words that jump to mind: character, competitive, conditioned, and selfless.
Is it safe to say, Coach Hamre, that those that exemplify those 4 words the most would be considered the team captains?
No comment yet on team captains, but those are certainly very important attributes that any leader can possess. And I've always said that a player doesn't need to have a letter to be a leader. And leadership is shown and defined and exemplified in many different ways. So that'll be a little bit further on down the process that as coaches and our team comes together, we'll sort out that kind of formal external symbol of leadership, but everybody in the team can be a strong leader in different circumstances throughout the day and throughout the season.
Coach Hamre, thanks for spending time with us on the Coulee Region Sports Network. Good luck at the showcase September 12th. We'll, of course, be covering the Coulee Region Chill throughout.
Thanks for your time, Rick. Much appreciated.